Hi, welcome to NDG Live. It's me, your host, Jackie Hardy. Today, I'm so excited and privileged to speak with Travis Ward-Osborne. He is in the upcoming production of Pretty Woman, the musical. We were so excited to speak with Travis as he shared with us his start in the performing arts, as well as spoke a little bit about the character that he is playing in this upcoming musical, Pretty Woman. We know you're going to enjoy the conversation. And for our viewers, we wanted to let you know that you can check out Pretty Woman the Musical at either Music Hall, a Fair Park from January 24th through February 5th, or at the Bass Performing Hall in Fort Worth from February 7th through the 12th. Again, we hope you enjoy this conversation with Travis. Thank you for watching. Travis, thank you so much for giving us a little of your time. North Dallas Gazette. We are a minority-owned and operated newspaper, and we also have digital platforms that we offer, entertainment, hard news, all of that to our viewers and audience. So we are excited about being able to just kind of talk with you about this upcoming production of Pretty Woman, the musical. Yeah,
Sure.
and so can you kind of just give us a little bit of your background, just kind of share with our audience how you got started, where you're from, all that good stuff.
Totally. Yeah. I grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay.
Um, there's not a lot of arts there, but I knew
Yeah.
well, that's not true. There's plenty of arts, but I knew from a very, very early age that I wanted to be on stage and I wanted to really pursue a career on stage. And that is
Mhm.
very hard to do in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Um, so when I was 14, I got accepted to a boarding school for the arts in a little town called Natick, Massachusetts, right outside of Boston.
That's
Uh,
far from home.
it's far from home. My
Yeah.
mom says she cried for a year.
Oh, I'm sure. As a mom, I totally get that.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
wanted me to go because she's incredibly supportive, but she didn't
Wow.
want me to go because,
Her
I was a
baby.
pretty boy, and that's
That's
right.
right. Yeah.
So I went to the boarding school it was called Walnut Hill School for the Arts.
Okay.
And I was there for my high school career. And then I went to the University of Michigan, where I got my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Musical Theater.
Yeah.
And from there, I moved straight to New York, and
Full
pretty
steam.
luckily, within about a year, I started working professionally on Broadway.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's incredible. Man. Yeah.
it's
So
been a path for sure.
it has. It has. Yeah. So it paid off for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
taking that step. Yeah. And when you went to the boarding school, how many years were you there? Was it through high school or
yeah. So it was
okay.
9 through 12.
Wow. So 4 years.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Yeah. So is Massachusetts kind of home away from home now for you, would you say?
Oh man.
It's a bit cultural. Yeah.
It's definitely
Different.
different. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Mass. I loved being in school there. Um, and I'll go and visit occasionally, but
Okay.
the school itself was so um gosh, I mean, I would almost compare it to like a Hogwarts, for lack of a better
Oh, wow.
comparison in my brain, but there it was like, a very small community.
Uh-huh.
We definitely didn't live in a castle,
Yeah, yeah.
but it was like
Right.
300 students.
Oh,
Um,
small, yeah.
kind of the
From all
perfect
over the country
and the world. Yeah, they had a
and the
lot
world. Wow.
of international
Yeah.
students.
Mm.
And so I mean, it was such a small community, and we got to go into Boston like on weekends and things like that. But
Okay.
for
Sure.
sure, that school is a less of a home away from home and more of a nostalgic
Okay.
kind of like
Sure.
dear place in my
It's
heart.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Well, I know you're playing Happy Man,
Yeah.
correct? Yeah, yeah. And I have to admit, I had to go back and look at the film because I was like, Happy Man, which character was that?
Yeah.
So yeah, so kind of talk to us about that, playing that role and kind of how it's different from I know the character in the movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, it's Happy Man is kind of an extension of Mr. Thompson, who also is it's Hector Elizondo in the movie. He plays the
Yes,
hotel
that's
manager. So
right.
it's kind of an alter ego because in the
Okay.
movie, Happy Man has like, I don't know, two or
Small.
three
Right.
lines at the beginning and at the very end of the
Yes,
movie.
that's right.
But they took that part and they kind of like, they ran with it. They ran with the like, well, what if Mr. Thompson, because he helps her on her journey and he helps her achieve that
Sure.
kind of like dream, what if we make him kind of the fairy godfather of the show, and
Okay.
he kind of like pops up in all these different places to just kind of like nudge the story along. um
Sure.
so
Sure.
Happy Man and Mr. Thompson are my two main characters,
Okay.
and then I I show up in a couple other places as well that people will recognize.
Yeah. Oh wow. So playing kind of the iconic role of Mr. Thompson too, how have you been able to kind of make that your own? You
Oh,
know?
totally. uh,
Yeah.
so that's an interesting thing because I stepped in for an actor named Kyle Taylor Parker, KTP.
Okay.
um he was, I believe, he originated the role on tour,
Yeah.
and I don't know who did it on Broadway off the top of my head, but
Okay.
KTP was the person that when I was rehearsing, I saw him on stage the most. And it's hard when you're a replacement because
Or
you're obviously, you have the former actor's role in your
that's right.
head.
That's right.
um but at the same time, like, I could never be Kyle Taylor Parker. He's got his own
Yeah.
vibe and his own, like,
Absolutely.
his talent
Uniqueness.
are, yeah,
Sure.
exactly. He's so
Yeah.
unique and fun, and in a different way than I hopefully am unique and fun. um
Absolutely.
but one of the biggest things I would say for like getting these characters down is, it sounds so simple, but it's physicality. So
Okay.
like Mr. Thompson is a hotel manager at a very fine hotel in Beverly Hills, California.
Right.
And he has a certain way that you would expect a hotel manager of that caliber to present
Carry
himself.
himself.
He's,
Sure.
very different from Travis. I do not have this
I hear
naturally.
you.
So I kind of draw on my ballet training, and I have the chest pulled up, I have the nose kind of a little bit higher, I have the hand in the buttonhole on the left side, and the legs are straight, and you never drag your feet. And those are like my rules for Mr. Thompson
Huh.
are, and he never crosses his arms unless it's for a very specific reason.
Interesting.
Um,
Yeah.
and my default hand pose is with my hands clasped in front of me.
Okay.
So there's like little things that I've kind of made as rules for
Sure.
Mr. Thompson. And then
Okay.
Happy Man is completely different, right?
Right.
He's got he's got a very,
Carefree.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
very to the earth.
Yeah.
He doesn't care if his stomach is kind of hanging out. He's wide legged a lot of the time, just kind of like
Right.
letting it all into the air. Um, so yeah, I mean, the biggest way I've found is like the physicality
Hmm.
translates into the
Sure.
voice and
Sure.
the posture and
Absolutely.
the cadence even, right?
Sure.
Like the
Yeah.
things that they say and that they do in the show guide her in very different ways. So
Right.
yeah.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite of the two? Or are they kind of,
I'll leave that as a surprise for the audience.
oh, sure.
I
Okay.
have a favorite, but it's not one of those two.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. I
I
like
mean,
that. The
I
little
to be fair,
teaser there.
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
By
No.
design. But I do really love Mr. Thompson has a number called On a Night Like Tonight. Uh
Uh-huh.
which is if you've seen the film, it's the analog for the scene where he's kind of like teaching her about the cutlery,
Oh
about
yeah,
which
yeah,
which
table
fork you should
etiquette.
use. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Um, but instead of that, because it's a musical and we have to
Sure.
dance in musicals, um,
Exactly.
it's a dance number, and it's
Okay.
him teaching her about formal dancing.
Sure.
So
Oh,
it's really fun.
cool.
It's a really good number. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. The dance
Hmm.
number you're saying. Yeah, yeah. No, that's awesome. And I know, it was such an iconic and groundbreaking film,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, and now to be able to for those particularly fans of the movie to be able to see it in live on stage. What would you say are some of the themes throughout the movie? Because I know when I watch movies, I always like to kind of see like, okay, here's a message, or there's certain something here that certainly resonates with me. Would is there anything that you could kind of touch on that are some of the themes that are in the movie that are relative even today, or applicable
mm.
today?
Yeah, I mean, I think that one of the greatest things about the stage show that I think was very intentional is that it's like a girl power
Yeah,
anthem.
sure.
They really made sure that Vivian as a
Mhm.
sex worker is not
Right,
put upon ever.
right.
Um, and the people who do kind of treat her like
Yeah,
a less than
and
person,
sure.
they get it. They
Yeah,
get
yeah, yeah,
there.
absolutely.
So I mean, I really appreciate that about an adaptation of something, like sex work is a hard
Hmm.
topic to breach at any
Sure.
point. Um,
Right.
but
Yeah.
Vivian is,
Yeah.
I think it's in the movie as well where Kit and her have the kind of mantra of we say who, we say when, we say
Right.
how much.
Absolutely, it is in the movie.
Um,
Yeah.
and that's, I think even that is important to
Mhm.
include in the show because it
Yeah,
differentiates them from your kind of like stereotypical idea of a prostitute or
right.
like they use other words in the show.
Yeah,
um
sure.
so and I really appreciate that they kind of
Mm,
you know they make that topic
right.
broachable, and then they also uh make her the not only the star but the heroine of the show,
Oh,
uh,
wow. Yeah.
which is really great. I just love that like through the journey of the show she does have that growth from like I don't like I'm a streetwalker, like
Mm,
I have $300 that I have to get for rent,
yeah.
and she grows into this like, oh
Evolves.
well, I am, yeah, she
Right.
completely evolves throughout the show where she
Absolutely.
realizes I can use my intelligence, I can use
Mm,
my wit and my charm, and
yeah. Yeah.
I can fit in with the big wigs or whatever.
That's
And
right.
yeah,
Yeah. And when one of the things I know for me personally that I also like in the movie is the friendship of her and Kit.
yeah,
Yeah, when you talk about women and particularly in the girl power, but seeing, women looking out for each other, taking care of one another. Yeah, that is also I think a central thing for me that kind of resonated with me. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, just that community, and that you can find that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty cool. How would you say the audience response has been overall?
Oh my God,
Mhm.
Texas loves this show.
I know.
It's wild.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm excited. I'm gonna be there next Wednesday.
Oh,
Um,
awesome.
yeah, so I look forward to it. I know. So you say there's a lot of engagement you feel from the audience.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and I
And
know
like,
you thrive off of that, I'm sure.
oh, completely. I'm like
Yeah.
Tinkerbell. I can't live without the applause. Um,
I love it.
but
That's what you live
San
for.
Antonio, we started Texas in Houston, and then we went to San
Okay.
Antonio. Now we're in Austin, and then we're heading down to you all. Uh,
Yeah.
but my God, before Texas, we definitely had some good crowds, but like
Okay.
Texas
Has
loved
been
this.
it. Well, you know, we do things big in Texas, so
That's
it's only
right. That's
right.
right. My
Yeah.
mom grew up in Fort Worth, so
Oh,
I know a
wow.
little
So
bit
will
about
she be
Texas.
there? Will she be able to
She's
come in?
she's gonna come to Fort Worth. Yeah.
Oh yeah, at the Bass Hall performance. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How is that when your mom, are you a little more nervous when your mom's in the stage or no?
If anything, I'm pumped up. Like this
Oh,
is gonna
that's
be a good show.
great. Yeah, sure. You can look out and see her. It gives you a little bit of extra,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, boost there. Well, that is awesome. And I know it is got how many numbers, performance dance numbers do you have to do in the production?
The big ones I have two.
Two? Okay.
And then there's the opening number, which isn't as much dancing, but it's still like high energy. That's a third
Okay.
one. There's another one that's again, it's more pedestrian. It's not as much dancing, but it's
Okay.
still taxing.
Physical.
I mean, there's
Oh yeah.
quite a few, but
Yeah.
you like really like this is a dance number.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. No, no.
For me, the
Right.
ensemble and the other leads have many other numbers that
Okay.
they
So I
that
can
they
imagine you are physically exhausted, I'm sure.
yeah.
How do you show up, after one, performance after another? Like, do you have a process to kind of help you recover so that you're fresh and ready to go?
I sleep a lot.
I bet. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um, no, in fact, I'm one of the less responsible actors in that way.
Love it. I love your honesty.
I still like to like go out and enjoy a drink or two and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
but
sure.
I will one thing about me, I will sleep.
Sleep.
Oh yeah, I will take a nap in the middle of the
Hey,
day. I don't care.
that's great. Shoot. In fact, that's probably the most important thing you could do, right? Is rest.
Truly,
Yeah, yeah,
truly.
absolutely. No, no, that's awesome. And I'm excited to be able to see it. It took me back because I can't believe the movie is over 30 years.
That's wild.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think every generation is reintroduced to it. And I'm sure you've seen that a lot of kind of cross generation of people out in the audience. Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it is timeless. I believe that. No. Yeah. And so do you have any special things you do or superstitions that you do, just kind of funny, any fun thing or tidbit about yourself
Um,
before you go on stage?
well, I'm not very superstitious, that's for sure,
Yeah.
but I do have like I practice magic sometimes, like card tricks and things, and
Uh-huh.
I'll do that before the show just to kind of like,
Calm your nerves.
yeah, just to
Yeah.
be in the building and be in the moment. And I solve Rubik's cubes and
Oh,
I
wow.
do a bunch of like nerdy stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, man, you do, yeah, intelligent kind of. Oh, sure. Warm ups and stuff. Okay.
Yeah. And well, and
Yeah,
I do my vocal warm-ups and
sure.
my stretching and
Right.
roll out
Okay.
my muscles and things like that for
Yeah,
sure. But
yeah, to get ready
I don't
for
have
it.
any like superstitions. That's
Yeah, some performers, they all have certain things that they got to do or go and eat a certain thing
oh,
every day.
totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. Yeah, before they start. So just kind of was curious if you had any special thing that you do on the day of your performances. Yeah. And I guess my last question would be is what is something that, advice wise that you've gotten that even still today that it is you kind of still apply that advice. It's really kind of something that has helped you. Yeah.
Oh wow. I mean, so much advice through my career and like
Hmm.
and good advice through my career.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things is if you don't want to do theater or if you
Mhm.
don't want to do musical theater, then don't. Um, because it is so hard.
Yeah.
It is highly, highly competitive. It's uh sometimes mind-numbingly
Mm.
difficult.
That's
Um,
important you say that. Yeah.
and it really is. And there's folks don't realize that because our
Mm.
job is to make it look easy.
Sure.
Um, So a lot of kids will grow up and they'll be like, oh my gosh, it looks so fun. And it is fun. It's the
Yeah,
best job in the
sure.
world, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, sure.
But
Work.
if there's anything other than this that you want to do that. So
Really.
I
Yeah.
think that's one of the like biggest things that stuck with me.
Yeah.
Um, the other is um the saying of luck is preparation meets opportunity. Um,
Mhm.
so being prepared when the opportunity arises will you will find luck.
Mhm.
Um, and if you're looking for luck, you'll find it. But you have to be prepared because if you're not prepared, then you won't find it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Sure, sure. Yeah.
So
No, that's really
I, you know, I have had some very lucky strokes in my career of being in the right room at the right time. But I've also been prepared when those
mhm.
opportunities came because I worked my butt off in
Yeah.
high school and even before. Like I said, I went to a boarding arts high school. I also went to an arts middle school, like a
Oh,
magnet
wow.
school. So I have been preparing for this for
Oh, your
more
life.
than, yeah,
Yeah.
like pretty
Sure.
much, you know, I
Yeah.
don't know,
Yeah.
20, 30 years almost. Um, so it's been a labor of love and a lifelong labor, but again,
Yeah.
you really have to be prepared when the opportunity arises.
Right. Yeah. No, that's great. I hear passion and prepared. You got to have the two. Yeah, yeah, and equally.
Yeah.
No, that's really good in this world where, a lot of the younger, particularly generation, want fame instantaneously, especially with the social media aspect. But
Oh yeah.
there's something to it, learning the fundamentals, respecting your trade by being prepared. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
awesome advice. No, I appreciate you sharing that. Yeah. So definitely looking forward to seeing you, Travis, on the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, next Wednesday, and I know it'll be a great show and excited. How long are you guys gonna? How long is the tour?
I believe our last show is May 7th, and
Okay.
that'll be in Northern California.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you have a few more months to go there. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Any other funny projects down the pipeline?
Oh man. Ask my agent.
Oh, I hear you.
I got to start looking for that.
Yeah, I'm sure. On to the next, right?
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Well, we wish you the best success, Travis, and thank you so much for giving us your time
I
and
really
giving
appreciate it.
us,
Yeah.
yeah, same here. We appreciate it. And I'm always just excited to see how you guys' careers continue to flourish and take off, with other great things ahead. So
Appreciate that.
yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Will you get some good sleep?
That's
Rest
right.
up. That's
Nap in the
right.
middle of the day.
That that's it. Yes. And then find out where that wallpaper came from. Maybe let me know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool. I know it. Will you take care, Travis?
You will.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, we hope you enjoyed our interview with Travis Ward-Osborne as much as we enjoyed doing it. We also want to remind our viewers again that you can check out Pretty Woman the Musical at Music Hall at Fair Park from January 24th through February 5th, or you can check it out at the Bass Performance Hall from February 7th through the 12th. Also, you can always check on the website of BroadwayDallas.org to see about current and future productions. And let us know if you like this interview by giving us a like or posting in the comments. We would greatly appreciate that. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.